Alright, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say a couple of like Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the elders and apostles of great most don't hold the world teach well. Now, I'm going to get into this little article real quick by Cyril Hedge. Michigan State gunman turned evil and mean after mother's death. Give me a quick second. Turn on this fan. Cool off. The mass shooter who killed 3 students and critically wounded 5 others at Michigan State University on Monday turned into an evil and mean recluse after his mother's death 2 years ago, his father said in an interview with NBC. In another new development, police says the killer, 43-year-old Anthony McRae, was carrying a note in his pocket that threatened 2 New Jersey schools when he offed himself as police approached him a few miles off campus. The information brought the closure of all schools in New Wayne Township, New Jersey District, which is an area where McRae had lived previously. We don't need to read that. In the aftermath of his mother's death, Anthony quit a job where he loaded refrigerators and delivery trucks and started spending his days playing video games in his room, his father said. McRae lived with his father in Lansing, in Michigan. I think there's a place called Lansing close to me, but neighbors told the Detroit News, blah, 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 blah. You can get more into detail yourself, but basically he had no affiliation with Michigan State. When I see this, actually, let me get the precept and I'll tell you what I think about it real quick. Alright, so 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Alright, so, we're not Esau, Edom, alright, which is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, right? Satan means adversary, right? So Esau is averse to all things that are righteous. He takes the people, like the guy you see in this article, right? And when I see things like he had no affiliation to that school, so first they're telling me his mom's death and he started mourning, right? But then now he wants to go on a bloody rampage in a local college. That makes no sense to me, It doesn't. You can say, oh, he's sick, but I don't buy it. What they did to him was something. They got into his skull. And I say it like that. They got into his skull. You know where I'm going with this. And they turned on the killer mode. All right, and that's Satan's devices. We can actually go into that word devices real quick. I haven't gotten to this one in a minute, so we will get into this real quick. Get those brainwaves firing. Evil purpose, so it's no longer evil purpose, thoughts and purposes. Alright, so Esau's thoughts and purposes. Alright, we're not going to fall for them because we understand them. We know what he does. And that's why it's so important to follow alternative media, because alternative media is going to get into things like this. But I'm going to go play some things so you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about.
The CIA wanted to take control of people's minds, and they realized it was a 2-part process. First, you need to blast away the existing mind, and second, you need to find a way to insert a new mind into the resulting void. This is what's known as Project MKUltra, the most sustained search in history for techniques of mind control. After World War II, the tension between the 2 emerging superpowers, the US and the then Soviet Union, was at an all-time high. The threat of nuclear war was hanging over everyone's head, and ultimately the end of civilization. Technological progress didn't stop at the atom bomb, and both sides were continuing to invent bigger and badder weapons. But what both sides knew, know is that the most dangerous weapon was information, and the US became increasingly concerned that the Soviets had discovered a drug or technique that would allow them to control human minds. In response, the CIA began its own secret program to search for a mind control weapon they could use against their enemies. The experiments were covertly funded at universities and research centers, as well as American prisons and detention centers in Japan, Germany, and the Philippines, and the subjects endured procedures including electroshock and high doses of hallucinogens. Going back to the two-part process of mind control, it said they were extremely successful at blasting away the existing mind, but they didn't get too far on replacing it. In the 1960s, Project MKUltra was shut down, and due to its top secret nature, we will never know just how many people were affected by it. That is all for this video, but as always, if this interested you and you want to see more like it, I'd really appreciate it.
Damn, what was the other one? Give me a quick second. I saw another one that was pretty good. Hold on.
When I first saw Lil Wayne, when I first saw him, I'm talking about way back, Hot Boys, I'm talking about way back, Juvenile, I'm talking way that back then. When I first saw him and I first heard him, I didn't see him first, I heard him first, I didn't see him, I heard him. Because I heard them other cats and they couldn't really rap, I heard him. And I said, this is gonna be a terrible thing. I said, this boy's gifted. He's a channeler. I said, he has the ability to receive supernatural. He's yielded more because what causes a person to yield more is trauma. Oh boy. Remember I was teaching y'all about MKUltra? They showed how to create a person in like the Manchurian Candidate. That's true stuff. They know how to create a person and make them into an assassin or whatever they want them to be. They start when they're young and they traumatize them real early as a child. When a person is real traumatized as a child, I told you they develop another personality. They got to have a way of escape. When a person does that, that's when they try to develop a way of escape. That's where spirits come in. The trauma causes them to yield. A person that will yield more to a spirit, and they'll be able to receive better signals. That's why they know Michael Jackson was raped and molested. That's why he was a great channeler. If these people are channelers, y'all listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, so they're actually right about all that. So, I think you pretty much get the point. Shalom.